5 years ago, this popular influencer became TikTok's most hated, and their career began to crumble.
In my past, I said disgusting things to people.
Are black people just tokens for you to use when you're ready to play?
She's built a career stealing other people's content.
And when the criticism became too much,
Can you please leave me the f*** alone? I have a diagnosed neurological disorder that makes me forget things.
fast forward to 2025. She's attempting the impossible, a comeback.
Just want to make a quick PSA because I feel like a lot of people forget this and so they let their guard down and it might actually happen to them. OnlyJayus is still on this app.
But this time, she may have officially ruined her career for good. Caught in 4K, call out yourself, we know what you did. Because now, someone's filed a restraining order against her. She stalks my every move, and claims they feel unsafe because OnlyJayus has access to a handgun. Let's delve into the never-ending downfall of OnlyJayus. We first covered Jayus back in this video, and since then, there's been some startling developments. But first, allow us to hit you with a refresher on all things Jayus, and explain just what makes this once beloved creator so controversial. Jayus began her social media career back in 2019, and through her token life hack and fun fact videos.
If you want to have a higher chance of surviving a plane crash, what you need to do is sit in a middle seat towards the back of the plane. The majority of people who turn into serial killers were born in November. And I think that's what happens when you have to live with the fact that you know you were made on Valentine's Day.
The spot on your forehead is known as your third eye, and just pressing here for 60 seconds can have some crazy benefits for your body.
She built a virtual empire of millions. It was thanks to this massive audience that Jayus secured playlist invites,
It really helps me feel confident that I can do this long term. And
streaming nominations,
I didn't expect it. It kind of came out of nowhere. Very exciting stuff.
and even her own podcast with Netflix, Know It All.
Each episode, I'm going to help you become a know-it-all about something new.
It was also her audience that Jayus has to thank for her inevitable downfall. After all, with all eyes on the influencer, it wasn't long before the cracks started to show. It began in July 2020 when Jayus called out TikToker Jonathan Moss for stealing her video, almost verbatim.
I do not own information. I think it's okay for other creators to do fact videos. It literally does not bother me. I just think it's really weird when other big creators think it's okay to copy my video word for word and act like you didn't.
But as incriminating as the comparisons between the videos appeared,
Did you know that your birth month actually has a huge effect on who you are as a person and the things that could possibly happen to you?
Yo, did you know that your birth month actually has a huge effect on you and the things that can happen to you in your life?
People born in March are way more likely to have asthma, and I can actually speak to this one because my little sister, the only one born in March, has asthma.
People born in March are actually more likely to have asthma. And I can speak to that because my cousin, the only person born in March, has asthma.
it turned out that neither of the creators came up with the idea. No, for that, they owed credit to Business Insider.
And I found the content off Google. What does your birth month say about you? And I found it and I was like, oh snap, this would be cool.
Rather than exposing this creator, Jayus's call-out ended up exposing herself as the internet soon realized she'd been stealing content since the beginning of her career.
I have absolute proof that God does not exist. This proof is absolute, but immaterial. You can't see it or measure it, but it exists.
We're talking word for word here.
Just trying to confirm, everybody's tired all the time, right? No matter how much sleep we get or caffeine we consume, but also we have a lot of trouble even just falling asleep, and we're constantly hungry, but also kind of always nauseous.
But it wasn't just deceit that paved the way to Jayus's downfall. See, in early February 2021, leaked DMs exposed Jayus using a racial slur. This led to not only a public apology from the influencer,
In my past, I said disgusting things to people. I knew what that word meant, and I understood the power behind it, but I said it anyway because it was the meanest thing that I could think of, and I am so sorry to everyone, but especially to those in the Black community because only you guys can forgive me for this.
but a commitment to do better.
I want to take this time to take a step back and share my platform with some amazing Black creators who are going to tell their story to try and educate others on the trauma that happens when we use this kind of language.
This, however, was a promise Jayus never fulfilled. And when she was called out by a TikToker she allegedly ghosted,
Are black people just tokens for you to use when you're ready to play? Because I can tell you one thing. If you were really, truly sorry about what you said, you would not have lied and said you were going to do something you clearly aren't trying to do.
JayUs responded to the backlash with a very public meltdown.
Today's episode of What Are People Mad at Me For Now? Not checking my emails in a timely manner. I wish I was joking. Forgot to respond to an email from this creator that wanted to collab with me. And, instead of just hitting me up again, they made 7 videos about it. Can you please leave me the alone? I have a diagnosed neurological disorder that makes me forget things and procrastinate due to time blindness. I forget to eat for days. I procrastinate sleep for more days. I barely text my family back, and I just had to move apartments because my address got leaked, and you're gonna throw a fit because I didn't make you my priority?
By this point, not only had the internet turned on JayUs, but so had her sponsors. That's right, Netflix, High Meal, and Casetify all cut ties with the influencer. Meanwhile, social media continued to tear JayUs' reputation to shreds. From calling out a joke that some believed was missing a punchline.
If a service dog ever approaches you but they're alone, that means that their owner's in trouble and they probably can't move, so you should follow him, because you'll get a free wallet.
It's not funny to anybody who uses a service dog. It is not okay. And there is no apology. There is no responsibility. There is nothing.
To accusations that her original apology was ghostwritten.
Helped with a good bit of the apology, especially the part about Black creatives. When we were both talking about that part in the apology, I really did think that they would hold up their end of the bargain,
The result of this unending backlash? JayUs had gone from social media's darling to the internet's most hated creator. Yet, despite the petition demanding her permanent ban from TikTok that received over 400,000 signatures, JayUs seemed unfazed.
The only way that TikTok would ever ban me, I'll ban myself. I don't give a
While viewers couldn't ban JayUs from the app, they could cancel her again and again and again. Since our original video on JayUs, the influencer has remained a lightning rod for controversy. For example, in August 2024, TikToker Alex Biron called JayUs out for stealing his content.
We'll give you the promotion without you even asking.
You guys are gonna get the job without even asking.
JayUs, however, claimed they were both reading off the same Reddit comment, which she more than happily provided. Yet according to Alex, everything JayUs presented as proof was fake. From pretending to look for the comment,
I actually haven't even sat down and found the screenshot yet.
Oh, really? Because the Reddit thread is bookmarked. Fake scrolling.
There's gotta be
where it is.
To the actual screenshot.
I found the screenshot. It's this one.
In fact, according to Alex's research, JayUs had posted the comment herself and then changed the screenshot date. As for how she managed this, well,
It turns out you can search Reddit for recent deleted posts. She commented on a different subreddit where she thought nobody would see and then deleted it so that she had the convincing looking thing for her screenshot. She actually posted it twice because there's some typos in the first one.
Less than a month later, JayUs' reputation took another hit. This time, it was a restraining order filed by her ex, Brittany Lee DeJardo. Brittany alleged that JayUs verbally mistreated her, used her followers to harass her, and most disturbingly, was showing up at her house unannounced, including one night at 2:45 a.m. She can easily turn millions of people against me, and she stalks my every move online and contacts people I follow, Brittany alleged. These, however, weren't the only unsettling accusations the filing exposed. The ex also claimed JayUs had a firearm and a history of rage against other exes. The filing suggested that this made the ex feel unsafe enough to ask a judge to grant her a temporary restraining order that would prevent JayUs from contacting her or coming within 100 yards of her home, or her job. JayUs denied the allegations, telling TMZ, "Unlike Brittany, I have been respecting her request for no contact for a couple of weeks now, including blocking her on all platforms, and I have not engaged in any behavior that would justify these allegations." According to JayUs, she did not take this filing lightly and would be addressing this situation through the appropriate legal channels. In the end, however, the restraining order was dismissed after Brittany failed to appear in court for the order hearing, making it just another blow to JayUs' already broken public image. But was it broken beyond repair, or was it possible the disgraced influencer could make a comeback? On January 18th, The day before TikTok was supposed to be banned for good in the US, Jayus posted a farewell to the app that she owed for both her rise and fall.
I know that I haven't always used this platform that you guys have given me the wisest. I've made a lot of interesting choices. I could have done a lot of things differently, and I think about it every single day, and I like to think that I've learned and grown from it. I just felt the need to say something and like a goodbye, I guess.
While some viewers made it clear that Jayus was not forgiven for her past, with TikTok on the brink of collapse and the sincerity the influencer projected in the post.
I know I try to be like the educator on this app or whatever, but I've learned a lot from you guys, and I don't want that to end.
The overwhelming majority of comments were nostalgic for the days when OnlyJayus reigned over the app. And with Jayus now able to poke fun at herself,
the petition to stop the TikTok ban has 400,000 signatures, right? The petition to ban me off of TikTok has more. Can y'all tell me why you want me off the app more than you want to save it?
many questioned why the internet had turned on the creator in the first place. It was in this positive reception that Jayus potentially saw a glimmer of hope that she could recapture her glory days. But nostalgia, it turns out, can only get you so far. See, Jayus's YouTube only pulls in a fraction of the views her content used to, with many of the videos barely scraping the 5,000 view mark. On TikTok, her viewership is higher, but still nowhere near where it was at her peak. And as comments were quick to point out, engagement is shockingly low. And when viewers do interact with Jayus's videos, well, they rarely have anything positive to say. Whether it's a post jumping on a trending topic,
somebody already made a game called Coldplay Canoodler where the objective is to find the CEO of Astronomer and his HR mistress,
or simply reminding viewers that she's still around. Comment sections are there to remind Jayus that the internet never forgets.
Just want to make a quick PSA because I feel like a lot of people forget this and so they let their guard down and it might actually happen to them. OnlyJayus is still on this app. I saw this in my mentions and I actually recoiled. I think I'm gonna be fine. I'll probably be able to move past this, but just watch your back because you never know. It could happen to you.
For example, when Jayus posted about wanting to call out a creator, but knowing their fans would rush to their defense, one viewer replied, "Knowing you, it's a black creator, isn't it?" Other comments were just as critical. "I'm losing views again, so it's time to bring up a bigger creator and start more controversy. I know you're not talking. Can you just go away?" But Jayus wouldn't go away, even if everyone stopped paying attention. While continuing to post life hacks that receive minimal engagement,
here's some hacks to work on kids that I know work because I am the oldest girl of 11 siblings.
Potentially in an effort to prove she's changed.
Throwback to when that white TikToker famously got called out for racism and then decided to educate themselves on racism.
She's also begun posting social justice and activist content.
I am calling out every other big influencer that follows me that has moved to LA. If you are not using your platform right now to be in the streets, what are you doing? You can learn a lot about yourself under a fascist regime. We're near the end of Black History Month here, and I wasn't going to make a video like this because I didn't want it to be performative or patronizing.
But that's exactly how many viewers took this content. One user commented, "I don't think you, of all people, should be trying to tell people racism is bad." Or as another user simply put it, "I remember." Yes, the internet wasn't forgetting Jayus's past anytime soon. But perhaps Jayus could find success on another platform, where sketchy paths are all a part of the allure. That's right, Jayus has reportedly ventured posting racy content on an OF competitor platform called Passes. However, from the poor engagement on her posts, it's unlikely this will be the influencer's new career path. And while Jayus claims to be embracing the flop,
a lot of people say that I've fallen off. I kind of like my fall off era. I'm posting that matters, that I like.
When she reflects on her past accomplishments,
I was one of Netflix's first podcasts, and it doesn't exist anymore because I've ruined it. I have stuff that YouTube used to send me. They don't anymore because I ruined it. Look at the TikTok skateboard. I look at it and I'm just like, damn,
it's clear she isn't satisfied with her legacy or how things have turned out.
I am OnlyJayus. That's what I'm leaving behind. It's just fun facts of watered down subjects, racism, anger.
And for that, she only blames herself.
I ruined it for myself, and I'm aware of that. Everything that I'm planning to do, I'm gonna do my best, but it's never gonna be enough. I'm never gonna be enough for what it could have been if I just wasn't so toxic.
I can be really toxic. I can be so toxic. And I'm sorry that I put that out into the world. I really am.
Of course, that doesn't mean the hate she receives is always justified. In August, she opened up about almost taking her life following the reaction to her apology video.
My mental health is not on you guys. That is a me thing that I'm working on. It didn't help, right? And so there's days where I really can look at comments like these and not let it get to me as much, but then there's other days where I think I'd be better off.
Yet amid the backlash, some users see OnlyJayus as worthy of redemption, or at least not deserving of the hate they receive. Accountability, people, it means everything. I love you for actually trying to be better, unlike people who just sit in their habits. Thank you. God forbid a person tries to change. Despite her content no longer attracting the views it used to, OnlyJayus continues to post online.
God preaches love! You preach hate! God preaches love! You preach hate!
Is this content performative, authentic? That remains up for debate. For now, however, it doesn't appear Jayus is going anywhere, whether the internet likes it or not. While you're here, check out our video about another influencer facing public scrutiny after sharing her tragic backstory that social media users claim doesn't add up. And consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. Your support means a lot to us and helps us continue to create videos like these.